Ask me about privilege, and I'll tell you about being 4. I'll regale you with stories of sandcastles along the shores of Lake Erie. Tiny feet sinking into sand. I hand young black boy my bucket. Boast to parents of good deed done. Unzipped smile, stitched from ear to ear. Wag tail and await my reward. Pat on head, posing as Nobel Peace Prize for preschool. I'll tell you about blue ribbons for basic decency. Ask me about privilege. I won't tell you tales of invisibility. I'll tell you about being seen. I'll tell you about, have you been helped, sir? I'll tell you about never being accused of switching the tag, about good old boy discounts. I'll tell you about having credit, but not needing it because your word is as good as gold. Ask me about privilege, and I'll tell you about never having to worry about the fear in a mother's eyes each time she watches her son, brother, father, mother walk out the door. I'll tell you about never having to worry that the blood of my blood might one day be kaleidoscoped across pavement by police. Street mural, ready-made to hang in museum as a future sign of our so-called progress. I won't tell you of this mother's struggles. I'll tell you about numbness, indifference. I'll tell you about choices. Ask me about privilege, and I'll tell you about power buttons. I'll tell you about being able to minimize, monitor, and make it all vanish like Facebook activists at a rally. Ask me about privilege, and I'll tell you about being able to die with dignity. I'll tell you about never having to worry about headlines above obituaries. I'll tell you about whitewash. I'll tell you about bleach so strong it can wash away your sins. Like preachers and presidents. I'll tell you about appropriation. I'll tell you about style and jazz and Jesus. I'll tell you about capitalizing on the oppressions of others. Ask me about privilege, and I'll tell you about never having to worry about glass ceilings. I'll tell you about being the sun in a vacuum.
CB. We're almost halfway through the first round. Judges, how those scores out? Sounds redundant.